Hi everyone, my name is Barb if you've never been here before. Hello everyone returning, welcome back. And if you like this video and you have not already, I hope that you consider subscribing. I'm doing something a little different today, so if you've already seen this whole spiel on the opposite video. So I'm going to have two things. I'm going to have one listed as podcast number 35 crochet version and podcast knitting version number 35. So if you've already watched the other episode, whether it's knitting or crochet, I'm just going to use the exact same little video to introduce it. So as I was saying, my name's Barb. I'm from a town outside of, it's actually considered a city, but it's a very, very, very small city outside Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And it might be gloomy today. I apologize. Today it's calling for tornado warnings. So keeping my eyes peeled. I have my phone volume on just in case, which I never ever do. But it's got to be done. It's safety, right? You might notice if you've been here returning that I got a haircut. So yes, I'm going to put all my personal. I had a lot go on these last couple weeks. My wedding anniversary. I went to a wedding that's like took 10 hours to get there, and I'm going to talk all about that. If you are looking forward to hearing me talk about that, it'll be at the very end of each video. So if you've already seen that, you could just press stop, or if you're not interested in watching either, you don't have to watch that part. So I like to get right into the fiber content. Hi, welcome to the knitting section. I hope if you watched the crochet section, that you enjoyed it. If you didn't, go check out the crochet section. I probably already mentioned this. This is my first time doing it this way. I'll kind of find the kinks and what works, what doesn't work, what people like, what people don't like by the next one. So hopefully it runs as smooth as possible. I've thought a lot about it and how to do it. So let's just get into the knitting, shall we? I've got to flip my page. So my knitting, I have my FO. My only FO for knitting was a whip last time, and it is my socks. Boom. So these are for me. I was here last time. I'm going from the top down to the toe. So there's where I was last time. This is a stitch marker from Whimsy and Sassy. You could find her over on Etsy and maybe Instagram. I'm not sure if it's Instagram, but Etsy for sure. And she's in Canada. So if you're in Canada, she delivers in Canada. I'm not sure about everywhere else. I just know I ordered in Canada. It says Knit Happens. I have one that says crochet things on it too. This yarn is, I won from the Cherry Pie Cottage. From their podcast, they had a knit along, which I had won a skein of Desert Vista Dye Works, and the color is called Zombody Needs a Cocktail. How cute is that, right? So I used 2.25 millimeter ChowGoo 32 inch, and I did magic loop with these. I knit socks all different ways now. I only did 10 rows of ribbing, 1 by 1 ribbing on the cuff. Then I proceeded, because I was going to do shorties. This was my plan. I was going to do shorties, so I started with 10 rows of 1 by 1 ribbing. Then I bring my socks to the gym when I'm on the recumbent bike, and that's where I get a lot of my vanilla knitting. So just around and round and round knitting, no purls, no nothing. But I was there and I did the 5 rows before I would have started the heel, and I forgot my instructions on how to do the heel flap and gusset heel. So I said, oh, heck with it, I'm going to do full-size socks. Just so that, because I'm on the recumbent bike for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Depends. It was on my leg day, and I like to pedal a long ways. So I ended up doing 60 rows. So I do 60 rows of round and round fun knitting. Then I did the heel flap, heel turn, and gusset when I got home. And then I do after the row right after my gusset finishes, where it goes back down to my 72 stitches equally. I then only knit 45 more rows, and that's for my size. I'm a lady, size 9.5. And so that takes me down to 45 rows after the gusset, and then I do my toe decreases. So that's an inch, for me it's 1 3/4 inches for the toe decreases. So I do the one where you're decreasing one at each end. So you're decreasing 4 times on one round, and then the next round you just knit around. So I do that toe, or yeah, that toe. So yeah, I finished from here last time, and it's been 2 weeks, and I finished this whole sock. So I did the 2. They're for myself, which is lucky because as you probably know if you've watched, my last 2 pairs I did were for my son for Christmas. So I only have 1 more pair to go to keep on track, or more. Might do 4 if I get through the 3rd pair. And I blew through. I only have 1 pair of hand knit socks for myself, and I've worn the you know what out of them. There's hole in it, and I was so upset. And we're coming upon fall here. I'm normally more cold in the house in the summer because of air conditioning though, so I might be all right, but I needed a new pair so bad. So this is why I probably should make sure I have at least 5 or 6 pairs for myself, so I could stagger them and not wear through them as much. Or maybe I need to get a higher nylon content. These I think are 75/25, so they're higher than the ones that I actually wore through. So these ones should last me quite a while more. So this is just a vanilla sock pattern, and I learned it by the Crazy Sock Lady. I purchased her pattern for $1, and she had I think it was $1 or $1.99 American, and she had a day where she was starting summer sock camp, and she had a percentage off of all of her patterns. So I said, why not? I wrote them up, watched her YouTube video, which is free to do, and just wrote my notes as I went. But the PDF is nice to have also for that price. And hey, she deserves my whatever money it was that she got from me, right? So that's my first pair of socks. My next pair of socks is actually a whip. So that's it for FOs. I don't have, my FOs were mostly crochet. I decided, instead of just doing, I hear so many people doing doing 2 at a time socks. I'm not there yet. My luck, I'd mess it up halfway through, and this is not the time to mess up socks just while I'm on a crunch for time. So I'm doing my next sock in Patton's Croy, however you say it, sock, and this one's called Mulberry Stripes. And I'm doing 2 at a time. I'm using my 2.25 millimeter. I'm using a 32-inch cord. I'm using one is Chowgu, and the other one is Haya Sharp Sock. They're the same. Like, I made sure my tension, everything was the same. They're pretty bang on. So they're not any different at all. So I'm pretty happy with the way they look. I'm measuring them against each other, and I'm kind of wondering, are they the same? I don't know. Maybe I used the wrong size. This would be awkward, wouldn't it? I'm telling you they're the same, but I think it's because I stretched out. I tried the one on. Maybe in blocking, this one will stretch a little bit more. Because I'm doing them at the same time, I'm actually doing like 10 rows, then 10 rows, then 10 rows, and 10 rows. They're both at the heel part, so I stopped for the video. I want to do my Fish Lips Kiss heel. The pattern for that's $1, worth it. I want to do that pattern to try it. So I just did 1x1 ribbing for 20 rows, and I only did 40 rows of stockinette stitch around and around and around knitting. So I decided to do 40 instead of the 60 because I'm only left with like 2 grams left after, because my son's I did the same, used the exact same yarn, and I only had 2 grams left of each ball, and that's really cutting it close. For his I had an extra ball just in case, but for mine I'm like, I don't want to chance it. So I'm really wondering if I used the wrong size needles here, guys. I'm going to just quickly look here. Oh my. I'm using 2.75 for this one. So I may as well not have did this one. That's why. Thank you for being here with me to witness this silliness. And I would say I could probably get it to block out, but look at the difference. Like, it's quite a bit difference there. Now I do have one foot that swells, so I could probably get away with doing that, but how would I remember which foot is which, right? Like, I don't know. Oh my gosh, but if I didn't have a podcast and I didn't show it and I kept going, I would never have known until after I was bound off, blocked, and sewn in and everything that they're both different. So guess who's frogging tonight? It's okay. It's okay. I'm quite a process knitter. I really, really love the process more than anything. Even more than having the product. For me, it's all about the process, the learning. For me, that's the part that I treasure the most. So look at that. And I swore I took the right size needles. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe 2 at a time socks is not for Barb. That's silly. Oh my goodness. Live and learn, people. That's why I always say to everybody, just learn from your mistakes. Don't fret about it. Just learn from them. So this is in my Wild Woolies handmade bag, which I absolutely love. It's got this beautiful leather handle, and it's got this amazing drawstring if you would like that. It's got the kind of the box bottom so it could sit on your table. And of course I have all my like the Grocery Girls pins and the Crochet Crowd pin, and yeah, just along the top there. But I just love this bag. It's just the perfect size for anything, like anything but a sweater and a blanket, I guess. A small shawl I've even used in this bag. So I just love it. I love it. Thank you, Joanne, so much again for this. It's gorgeous. All right, so that's my 2 socks. Now, my last FO is not my last FO. What am I talking about? I'm wishful thinking. My last whip is my Tina Say test knit. This, I am so not wanting this to end in one way. 2 ways. I'm wanting it to end because I want the finished sweater. I don't all the time want the finished item. I enjoy the process. I enjoy learning and everything, and when it's done, doing the pictures, showing them off, chatting about them, and then the wearing is just kind of like the cherry on top. It's there, it's great, it's wonderful, but it's not necessary to me. Like, it's like, it doesn't really matter. That's why gifting is so fabulous to me, because there's so much love that went into the process of making it. Like, I put so much love and time into the actual making of it that I want to share that with somebody. So every time I give a gift, it's so much love that I put into that. Just this, I'm sure with you guys, it's the exact same thing. So this is called Grandma's Medley Sweater. This has a personal background history to the sweater. If you want to know more about that, it's not my story. Go check out Tina Say on Instagram under Tina Say Knits. I will put maybe her Instagram name here, so you can go check her out. There's photos there. I'm not going to show a finished photo because I'm not allowed to, but I'm allowed to show as I go what I've done so far and chat about what I've learned. So I'm using my own hand-dyed yarn with this, and I'm going to show you the colors I'm using first. I haven't named them yet. So if you guys got any names, and I like witty names, I don't care for puns. There's too much of that going on these days. I like witty names. I like longer names, things that somebody go, oh my gosh, that's a name of a yarn. I like that. So like, I have some here. I'll tell you the name of that later. So here is the colors I'm using. So this is like a yellow with a tonal yellow with specks of browns and reds and blues and greens. You'll see it better in the sweater because of the contrasts with it. Then this one is an orange with the same contrasting colors, the brown, the green, the red in it. And then here is the fallish colors of the golden yellow, the orange, the brown, the green, the red, like, and then the colors that they make all together. They're all in these kind of like yarn bags that I made. And I have them sitting in a bag that I just got from the secondhand store here in town. So it's just a short bag, which I love that it's short. And then it just fits all my little yarn bags in there. I just loved it. This was like $1.99 and it's purple. So here is my sweater. I'm going to put my bag down. Here is my sweater. I'll make sure to show it the way it's supposed to be worn. It's bottom up. I'm making the size extra large. It's supposed to have so much positive ease, which I'm hoping it does because I like a roomy, cozy sweater. Are you ready for this, guys? I don't know. I don't know if you're ready. I didn't mark where I was, but I will point to it. Oh, like it's almost like I hear the angels singing when I see this. Oh my God, I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about this. So last time you would have seen it, it's awkward to hold here. I was on the 5th line of the reds, the greens, the browns. I was on the 5th row. So if you weren't counting the yellows, okay, so I was about here. So I had the ribbing done and I had 5 rows of this. So here is half the body. So on one side of my body, you're going to see this on the bottom right of my body. To you, it's probably bottom left. On the other side, you're going to have this part on my other side. And then you have the contrasting color, which is the orange, in the middle. So it will be just under my bust. And then on the top part, you're going to have the opposite, this part that's on the bottom here, on the top, and this part on the bottom here, on the top here, except with this color as the background color instead of the yellow. Isn't that pretty? Now I'm at the part where I split for sleeves. I'm sorry if I'm yelling. Oh my gosh, I'm close to the camera and I'm super excited. Now I'll just talk about one thing that all the testers, I think all of them might have had this issue. We test swatched, okay? We test swatched flat and we test swatched in the round. But both of them were test swatched, I believe, stockinette stitch. So knit purl for the flat and knit all the way around, okay? Now, I was noticing when I did that bottom section, here is just the stockinette because it's in the round. This is all knit this side. And then this side, I won't say what stitch it is because I don't want to give it away. It's paid pattern. It was tighter when I was doing this side. So when I finished, you're supposed to finish when it's a certain amount of inches, also, which I'm not giving away. When you hit a certain inch part, you were to stop and start this solid band across. But I didn't know if I should go by the measurements of the stockinette stitch or the specialty stitch. So of course we asked we have a private group chat. She's a wonderful, wonderful pattern designer, and in the chat and everything. Same with Kayla Osborne on the crochet one. They're wonderful to test for because they're always there to help. So with any questions. So we were saying that we were getting a difference. I said mine's 1.5 inches difference between this side and this side. So of course we thought, oh, we'll probably get it to block out, right? And she says, yeah, probably. But then once we did the top, we're like, oh, because it's on opposite sides, it's probably going to adjust. And that's exactly what happened. When we got up here, this part was shorter together, so it made the difference between here and here. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying because I'm kind of talking in circles. And this part was more loose, so it was giving more drape than with the bottom. So it ended up evening out anyway. My husband had a really great suggestion. He said the next one that I make, I can't do it to this one because I'm testing, so I wanted to keep it as per her instructions. So the arms will go here and here. But he had suggested that I do it like this. So I do the stockinette part, I do either as the front or the back, and then I do this part as either the front or the back. And that way it's kind of like short rows. So if I wanted it to be longer in the back, I would put the stockinette. See how you could see it kind of hanging? I don't know if you can really tell. No, you can't tell from that angle. But it hangs a little bit lower at the back if I hold it like this with this specialty stitch at the front. So it will give me a little bit extra coverage, like short row shaping does, on the back side for the stockinette stitch. So I was like, that's genius. So he also suggested that I do, oh, I'm losing some stitches here. That I, oh no I didn't, make it in Christmas colors. Christmas colors. Oh, the man knows his wife very, very well because I'm a Christmas nut. So after I'm done this, the minute I'm done, I'm casting on a Christmas one with Christmas colors. So this is my fall one, and then I'm gonna have a Christmas one. I'm so excited. And I might have purchased some sparkle yarn for it, maybe. And I might have purchased some dye to make sure I'm dyeing my own Christmas colors. I haven't been able to find Christmas yarn anywhere. Nope. Nope, I couldn't find. I went to the Knitting Loft in Toronto, couldn't find. They don't bring in Christmas, like, themed yarn. So I asked for Halloween, and she said, no, we didn't. And Christmas, no, we don't. So I thought, oh, I guess I'll be dyeing my own. So I'm going to dye my own. And I'm an original girl. I like Christmas, like in your face Christmas. So probably be green, red, and some silver or something like that. But I can't wait. I love every single process. So now I'm on the flat side. So this is bottom up. And now I'm going to be working doing the shoulder shaping, I guess. And then it's flat, and then the back panel I think is flat, and then we're adding sleeves or something like that anyway. But I haven't looked ahead. I just finished this section and got it off the needles, and I'm so excited, guys. It's turning out so beautiful. What do you think about it? Do you want to know when the pattern's released? I'll make sure to let you all know when it's released. I have until October October 18th. So I have till October 18th to test. So shortly thereafter, she will be releasing this beautiful pattern. So I suggest going on Instagram and following her for any updates so that you know. Oh, I'm just loving it. Just loving it. That is something that when I say process knitter, I have it sitting in my bag, sitting right beside me, and I just look at it and admire it. It's like, I just love it so much. So much. Okay, so that's on my knitting. I have lots more knitting talk, crochet talk, yarn talk. So I'm going to add that in the both videos. So let me know how this works for you. So just keep watching and you'll see my acquisitions, things yarn related. And then after that, I'm going to talk about my life in general afterwards. It's not very long. It's just a short story about a wedding I went to. And that will be it. But you don't want to miss it because I got a few things to chat about. I also have a little video I'm recording today, but it'll be up separate. It's also of, well, I'll do that and talk about that at the end. So just continue watching if you like. Oh my gosh, I'm babbling for no reason. Okay, welcome all you crochet and knitters to the section that hopefully you've been waiting for. I've been excited to share all about the things that I've acquired over the last 2 weeks in one way or another. So first of all, I want to chat about a future thing that I'm going to do. It's another craft. It's not knitting or crochet related, but it is because of what this thing is for. So what I'm making is I'm going to make a little, I use these for notions, okay? They're little mint tins. They open, they're on a hinge, okay? And I get these tins full of mints. I eat the mints. I can't see throwing these out, or you could put them in the recycling, I suppose, but they are the perfect size for stitch markers. I have the little scissors or nail clippers in there. I have a needle in each one. I have one of those silicone called gripplies for my finger for knitting in each one, a row counter in each one, like so many things I have in each one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Mod Podge it. I'm going to print out some that are my labels, though, so they'll say Naughty Yarnies on it. I'm going to do some that are just knitting phrases. I bought some stickers that are knitting phrases, and I'm going to Mod Podge those on, just so they're not in these boring ones that just say mints. So my son bought me some Mod Podge, and I will be doing that. I can't wait. So look for me making that up. And I'm going to be doing probably about 10 of these because I have one in every single one of my knitting bags all ready to go. So all I have to do is empty each one and then make them up and let them sit there, and then I can start using them again. So that's one little adventure I'm going on. Now the rest of the stuff is, oh, the first thing I want to show you is the yarn that was drying the last podcast. So I didn't have, it was on the drying racks and I couldn't show you until today. So I had dyed my favorite color, all the different purples. So there's some darks, some lights, there's even some that go to pink. So these are 3 all dyed at once, but I call this colorway Purple Kiss. Beautiful. They are 115 grams a piece. They are 470 yards, which is 430 meters. They're on my luxury base, which is 70% superwash wool, merino wool, 20% bamboo, and 10% nylon. So they're gorgeous. They're great for something like a shawl, sweaters. I mean, you could do socks, but with the 10% only with nylon, maybe if you were just sitting with them on, that would be fine. But I mean, you can make anything with these. They're beautiful. Oh, I'm just love them. So I figured I would dye my favorite color. So first things first, I want to follow along, and I always follow along the crochet crowd for their crochet alongs, and I'm always learning from them. So Mikey's next one starts on Boxing Day this year. And the only thing was, and I didn't purchase, I don't know if you've seen that he has a new book. I didn't purchase the book until he said he has a crochet along and it's only available in the book. You can't get it online or on Ravelry or anything. You had to purchase the book. So, of course, this girl had to purchase the book. It was in 2 days. 2 days. So here it is. Boom. All that's missing out of here is their autograph. That's what's missing. So one day soon, maybe I'll be able to get their autograph. I don't know. I have their autograph on a crochet hook already. One of my 25mm wooden crochet hooks. So maybe one day I'll be able to get them on the book. I don't know. We'll see. So it's beautifully written, beautiful photos. Like, look at this. This is probably one of my favorites. Look at that. How adorable. And that's the pattern for this blanket's by Jeannie. And I'm wondering if it's maybe her granddaughter in the photo. I'm not sure. It doesn't say where the pictures are from. That's the thing. There's pictures and they don't say who the person is in the picture or things like that. I would have liked to know that part. But beautiful little book. It's thin, but there's lots of information. Tells you all about Mikey's backstory on him. And of course, I have a soft spot for truckers, and my husband's a trucker, and Mikey used to be a trucker. So just a little FYI. And talks about their move to Nova Scotia in it, and why they chose there, and talks about the relationship a bit, I guess, and how he learned to crochet. And then it has a bunch of patterns in it, and talks about having a successful craft show, and it has a whole thing at the back that shows you all the terminology for crochet, all the symbols are, what they mean. So that's in there as well. So if that interests you, I paid $21.99 Canadian, $22.99 Canadian, something like that. So well worth it. So excited. So bring on December 26th, but not too fast. While we were in London, we went to Walmart. I know, Walmart of all places. We have a Walmart here. But Walmarts always have different yarns in each section, and in my local Walmart, there's barely a yarn section. Like, it's empty. Let's be honest. I own more yarn than Walmart here does. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's sparse. It's not even an aisle. It's just like a little short wall. Like, not impressive at all. So when I got there and I seen these yarns, I bought 2 of each of these. Lion Brand Mandela Ombre. Oh, they're gorgeous. Are they not beautiful or what? They're gorgeous. So I bought 2 skeins of each. This is called Felicity. And this one is called Harmony. And they're number 4 weight yarns. They are 100% acrylic. They're soft. They're not like Red Heart soft. Like, to me, Red Heart Super Saver is scratchy. It's not scratchy. But it's not as soft as Karen's Simply Soft either. I would say it's more like if you felt Bernat Premium yarn, that's how that feels. These are 150 grams each and 344 yards, which is 315 meters. So I bought 2, so I have like almost 600 meters, or over 600 meters, and almost 900 yards. 700 yards. So beautiful, beautiful colors. So I bought two of each color there. So was that it at Walmart? Oh no, and at Walmart there, I was there, and would you believe they have knit pick items? Like knit picks. A ball winder. They had a knit pick ball winder. I couldn't believe it. I have let me try that again. I have an electric ball winder, which works wonderfully, but there's 2 problems that I've been facing lately. I've been using it a lot lately, and it's loud. So when my husband is sleeping, my house is like a bungalow, so his bedroom, when he's sleeping, he's just like a door away from where I'm winding my yarn, and it's loud. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, it winds the skeins tight, the electric one. Very tight. So I usually end up winding them twice so that they're not as tight. So that was my problem. So I figured with the hand one, and oh, the third problem is it kind of sounds like it's grinding the motor. So I'm like, oh, if it dies and I didn't buy this, I'd be super, super mad at myself. So this was only $29.99 Canadian at Walmart. Of course, Canadian, I'm in Canada. And yeah, I can't wait to try it. I have waited till I seen you guys to even open it. Oh, look at that. It's kind of a dusty rose color. Here, I'll show you the color. It's not put together, so I'll have to, but here's the color of it. It's like the color of my dress that I wore at the wedding. Actually, oh, I'll talk about that later. So, yeah. So I got that at Walmart. Knit pick stuff. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that they had that stuff there. I also went to Winners. I love Winners. They always have different stuff. I've been looking for a cup that tells me how much water to drink every day. I'm bad for drinking my water. So I found this big gut lug. It says you fill it up in the morning. I don't care if it's room temperature water. I always have another drink with me, so a tea or a pop or whatever it may be. But I fill this and then I try to have it drank by the end of the day. So it says like 8 a.m. ready to go. 10 a.m. drink more. 12 p.m. keep it up. 2 p.m. yes, you can. 4 p.m. no excuses. 6 p.m. almost there. And 8 p.m. treat yourself. So you keep drinking, and there's a straw in there. This is a 1.5 liters. I'm not sure. 1.5 liters. 54 ounces. 1,600 milliliters, actually. So it's more than 1.5 liters. So yeah, I purchased that at Winners. And also at Winners, I got these sets of 3 pouches. Like I see some people selling these. They make them themselves, but I figured, hey, this would make a great notions pouch. This would be great size for socks. And this one would be great size for shawls or even whatever, hats, shawls, whatever. So there's 3 of them. You could see through there. I piled the 3 just in this one. I bought 6, so I have 2 of each size. So they fit all compact inside each other. So there's a small, medium, large. So if I don't have any projects in it, it's only taking up the space of 1. So I've got the set of, so those were $7.99 for the pack of 3. And those were at Winners. So you might find them at your Winners. And also right there, these were with the travel things, is another pouch that has 3 separate. So there's a 1 zipper here, there's a zipper here, and there's a zipper on top. So the one on top is deep, it goes right down, and then of course the middle one goes halfway, and then the front one is just right here. So you can have a big section. So I figured this is good for a bag as well. Like I could put a project in the middle, and then I could put my notions pouch in the front. And then I could put in the middle one, I could put like things like my wallet and my sunglasses if I'm going somewhere, and just carry it with me. I don't know. Haven't quite decided. I purchased it because I was going to put my crochet hooks all in it. So I thought they were 3 separate little pouches, not that they were like a big one as one. So it's too big for what I was going to plan to. So I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with this one yet. That was it from there. Oh no, Winners, I bought this heavy duty, beautiful. It's got, look at the wood. It's like, it's a towel holder, but it's heavy. So, you know, so I'm using it as a yarn hold, like to put my yarn on and pull it from the outside. So I could put the cake over top, just unscrew this, put the cake over and pull from the outside so that yeah, so it stays in place and then it goes down more. I don't know. If you choose to go from the outside, there's benefits to the outside and benefits to the inside as well. So this is heavy enough so when you're pulling, if you snag a knot, it's not going to go flying across the room, right? So I always wanted one of these. I have a cheap metal one, and that's exactly what happened. I would pull and then it would just fly. When I caught a knot or something, it would fly. But this is very, very heavy. Like, it's heavier than it looks. It's like actual slab of wood, so it's nice and heavy, very sturdy. This is called art d'olive, like art olive with a D in front of the olive. The olive wood is a sustainable hardwood, well known for its special texture. Each piece is unique. The small spots can color differences are not defects, but the real nature of the olive wood. It's hand carved, made in Tunisia. Hand wash, periodically treat with mineral oil. Sorry, it's on black and the writing is like a dark green, so it's very hard to read. Very hard to read, but look at the bottom, like it's gorgeous. This was only $9.99 in Winners. If I was to look for something like this at a specialty, like a craft store or your local yarn store, I bet you it's $40, $50 easy. So sometimes think outside of the box. It's all, like, I like to be frugal when I can, and that's a lot of the time. That's what I'm most likely to do, is to be frugal. That's why I love the secondhand stores, because I like to be frugal where I can, and then spend my money where I need to, right? So that was my last thing at Winners. The last thing I purchased besides the knitting loft, which again, watch the separate video because there's some beautiful things in there. Beautiful, beautiful. And I just wanted to be a whole separate video, so there's so many people looking forward to that video, me chatting about my trip to the store. So I didn't want to just put it on and talk about the items. I wanted to talk about my whole time at the Knitting Loft in Toronto and all the wonderful people I met there. So please, please take a second to watch that video also. So I also went to the Dollar Tree. Why? Because I needed more mints so that I have more tins. These are at the Dollar Tree. And if you're Canadian, just so you're aware, this month or next month, or I know it's already started in the ones I went to, everything's $1.50 now instead of $1.25. So their prices went up. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping, because my son used to get these pepperoni sticks and they're up to $1.50 now, and you could get them for $1 or $1.25 at Dollarama. So why would you pay more at the Dollar Tree? So, but I had to go for these tins. So I went and I found this Christmassy kind of looking yarn. And it's sock yarn, and they're only 50 grams. But look at how pretty they are. They're gorgeous. So the color is, I don't know if they even have a name. They're 85% acrylic, 15% polyamide, which is nylon, another version of nylon. Cold hand wash only. And it does not, it doesn't even have a colorway. We'll just call this Barb's Magical Christmas. It's so pretty. It's almost like there's red, but there's also a deep, deep pink in there. And there's the Christmassy green, and there's purple and white. Like, it just screams to me like a Christmas colorway that I would love, with purple and pink in it. Okay. Now this isn't going to be terribly long. This is just what I've been up to lately. I probably already talked about my haircut and my hair color. Model store, also in Toronto, which was only like 7 minutes drive, I think, from the Knitting Loft. So my oldest son does models, so model trucks, cars, planes, tanks. Even my oldest son is a mechanic, and we bought him actually a garage. Like it's like a garage. It has the toolboxes, all the tools, everything. So he paints it, he weathers the thing. Sometimes he puts mud drops on or raindrops on. He does amazing, amazing work. Actually, I don't know if you could tell, but right here is a Dodge Charger, I think it is, or I think it's a Charger, and he did it pink for me because I was like, oh, can you do this for me in pink? And so he did that model for me in pink. It's beautiful, and it has sparkle and everything. I love it. So that's what he does. My youngest son's an apprentice too, just because I said what my, so he's a mechanic apprentice. So he just got his card 2 months ago, I believe, in the mail. So we're pretty excited and pretty proud parents. Their grandfather was a mechanic, so we're not surprised. So if you watch both videos, thank you so much. If you watched one video, thank you very, very much. I'm putting this part at the end of both videos. So if you stuck around both times to listen to me babble, bless your soul. I would, anyway. Take care, everyone, and the next week you will see whichever I did more of, either knit or crochet. So whatever I end up doing more of, I will record for next week, and then the week after you'll see vice versa. So every 2 weeks you're going to get a crochet podcast. Every 2 weeks you're going to get a knitting podcast. And if you do both, you're going to see every week you're going to see a video. So it might be Monday, might be Friday. Editing takes a while, guys, and it depends how much projects I actually get completed and what I can actually show you. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. My youngest son's birthday is coming up, and my brother's on the same day. My sister-in-law's is the day before, and my stepsister-in-law's is the day after my son's also. So we got like 2-3 day period where it's birthdays. But yeah, so happy birthday, Cole. Happy birthday to my brother, Joe. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Kathy. Happy birthday to my stepsister-in-law, Sue. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. See you next week or in 2 weeks, depending which one you choose to watch. Take care, everybody. Don't forget about the other videos that I have uploading. Bye. Love you all. Thanks for watching.